Back on Full-Time Devils, Francis Maxwell here to discuss the very important game on Monday against Liverpool. This is a lineup that I think Manchester United will be heading into this game. Hard clash. This a Liverpool team in form, but there's a few things I'm going to point out about Liverpool that we can definitely exploit. So, the lineup here, again, this is fully my opinion. Maybe some things in there that you'd rather change, so make sure to let me know on Twitter at Francis_Maxwell or in the comment section below. De Gea, Valencia, Bailly, Smalling and Shaw. Shaw not exactly 100% fit. This will be his first game back. It's a pretty hard game to throw him into, but seeing how Liverpool have been playing on the attack, I think it is better to have a natural fullback in there, even though Luke Shaw's last performance wasn't his best. I think he had a great start to the season, and I would prefer him in there over Blin. Just my opinion. The midfield, Herrera, Pogba and Mata. Now, this is one that many people have been going back and forth on. Some suggesting that Lingard should be in there. Herrera sitting a little bit deeper is a positive, and I think that United need to sit with that and allow Pogba to kind of orchestrate that midfield. That's why I think Mata's better in there, because he won't take up any of his space. He'll kind of work more of outside of that central midfield role, which I'm going to highlight as an essential thing to happen if Manchester United will look to exploit Liverpool's weakness. And then Rashford, Martial and Zlatan up top. Right, so straight from the get-go, what can Manchester United do to score against Liverpool? Because after all, you need to score to win the game. Liverpool, aside from Swansea, the only team, have conceded the most goals from set pieces already this season. That is something that I would like to just point out and maybe just go over to the next thing, which is maybe more aesthetically pleasing on the tactics board, but it's not. It's something that I need to actually point out on the board as to what Liverpool are doing wrong when conceding from set pieces, specifically against Swansea. If you look at their goal they conceded early in that game, this is an example. So Manchester United are going to be in the blue because they're going to be away from home. So imagine the red. I know it's hard to picture. The red in my tactics board will be Liverpool instead of United. But this is what Liverpool's box looked like when they conceded the goal against Swansea. They had 8. You can count them. Go and freeze it. 8 players in and around their 6-yard box, dropping so deep right on top of Mignolet that he had no option to just stand there. They literally crowded their goalkeeper and prevented any sort of space for them to mark their man or to clear the ball. So what Swansea did is, I think by the luck of the draw, they had a mismatch in the back post, headed it back across goal, and the ball ended up in the back of the net. So what I want Manchester United to do in this example is I want to be a little bit more, as I'm sure Jose Mourinho already is, very aware of how Liverpool like to kind of panic when they defend crosses and just go into the 6-yard box. So therefore, I'd like to see someone like Zlatan attack the front post, drag some of those bodies early on, and create this gap in here for a Paul Pogba, who I would like to see kind of take up this role in the penalty area. Pogba is dominant in there. There's probably a handful of people in the world that can compete with this guy when he's got a standing, let alone running jump. So get him in this area and allow him to attack this ball in the penalty area. And trust me, if there's the right cross in there, this is why I like Mata playing, because he's good at whipping balls in as well, whether it be in play and from cross balls. I want him to pick out Paul Pogba. I want him to pick out Chris Smalling. I want him to pick out Eric Bailly. These are big, dominant players that can definitely score if Manchester United have the ability, both from free kicks that are in dangerous crossing areas and from cross balls in from the corner. I think Manchester United's best possibility, I know it's hard to look at with all the attacking threat we have, to think that we're going to rely on set pieces, but it's part of the game, and it's one of the main things that Jurgen Klopp has not sussed out yet at Liverpool. So score on the set pieces and United will be in with a chance to win this game. Similarly to that, I'm going to talk about crossing the ball early, because I want them to exploit early crosses into the box. I've talked about this in a tactics video, I think, last year. It's something that United are good at when you have players like Juan Mata who have a wand of a right and left foot who are able to pick out those players, as is Paul Pogba. So what I want to see from Manchester United is to try and isolate Zlatan in the box, if not someone else, maybe a Martial moving in at the back post. And that's why I like Rashford, Martial and Zlatan playing up top, because what happens, so Rashford should take up the role as a second striker, come in, maybe try and force the fullback to come in a little closer and create this space out here. And in doing so, that's where I want Juan Mata to take up the ball. I want him to try and find his space in here. Maybe Valencia has an overlap and run, which causes a little confusion in here. James Milner, not a natural left back. He has to be taken advantage of in this game. I know James Milner's had not too bad of a season. The guy is quite literally the world's most notorious plumber. He'll fill in and he'll do a job, he'll fix the leaks, but he's not a natural left back. He's not natural in showing his body a certain way to defend. So what I want to see is maybe a Valencia overlap so that he's caught in two minds. And then I don't want Valencia to really get the ball. Yeah, he's got not a bad cross on him. He's picked out Zlatan in the past. But what I want to see happen is I wanted to drag him out a little bit so that Juan Mata can find the ball in this area, whip in the early cross. Exactly what Swansea did early on in the game. And it was a horrendous miss. How they didn't go 1 or 2-0 up early on, I will not know. But this is exactly what United need to do. Early crosses in, shaking the ball back. Maybe the same thing happens on the other side with Luke Shaw overlapping, or coming and getting the ball to feet and whipping in an early ball into the box, because it is going to be an aerial threat that's going to beat Liverpool in this game. They're doing well with the ball to feet. Manchester United are not clicking as well as I would like to see them knocking the ball around. So it might not be as pretty, but at the end of the day, 3 points is prettier than 0 or 1 point. So I think that Manchester United, in doing so, have a strong chance. Make sure to let me know what you think in the comments and on Twitter, Francis_Maxwell, over here on TYT Sports for more tactics. As always, it's been a pleasure.